To say that on our staff members, any of our staff members who's been found to be this, immediately all the clerical staff who are working in this area, and management is going to take a decision, and the immediate supervisors, there has to be action, and they will follow the appropriate labor processes. As I said, you'll know in the next coming few days what we're going to do. Whether there's any medical doctors or all of that, but we are going to investigate that. We will give you full information of that. Whether this is confined here, my sense is that it's not confined here only. It could be widespread across the province based on the work that that we are doing with this respective company of interest. That's why we are really happy that Alexander Fabs has taken action on their employee, because our SLA with Alexander Fabs does not include an individual having in possession of the file after hours and outside of the hospital premises. Their responsibility is to go to the file section, get the file, scan it, and send it to Alexander Fabs, and that's how it begins and it ends. Anything else relating to that, if I have a file that I'm not supposed to have after hours, it's not part of the scope. That's why I think we're happy that they've taken a firm action. And on our side also, if there's any of our employees other than the ones we're thinking, those actions is going to be taken. What is the charges at the moment, as far as we know, is issues of thefts and the finding possession of documents that they were not supposed to be having. And as I said, you can't have a patient file if you know, even if you're a medical doctor, there must be justifiable reason why you have my file Saturday evening at a party in your boot when you're not with the patient, and unless I'm in the hospital or you're going to a hospital or something like that. So that's the issue there. How big the syndicate is at the moment, I will not be able to. Yes, we have a sense that there are lawyers involved in this, because it looks like the RATO has a relationship with some lawyers in the process. And I think I was talking to the CEO of RAF today, this morning. He said he was very happy with this work that we're doing, and they'll continue to support us. And we've always said that there is a syndicate in the work that we've done in just the medical, legal, and negligence issues. We've already identified those issues, and the RAF matter, I think, is a new section of work that we must continue to pay attention to that work. I have answered more or less all the questions. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, about the patients.
Oh, sorry, they asked a question about how many files. Other than the 5, the 4 that Lerato had, and the 5th one was given to her by the touter at the time of her arrest. I think at the moment they think that there's about 7 more files that we cannot find in the MVA area, but there could be more. So that's why we need somebody independent outside of the department to do that work. And there's already a team that will start coming here tomorrow just to look into this thing. And I want to appeal to the public. This Bara office in particular, we are going to close it temporarily till Monday to deal with our own internal issues. And if people have problems relating to RAF issues, they must contact the CEO directly. When they come to the hospital, they must talk to the CEO directly so that their issues can be attended to. The service won't stop, but we're just going to close the filing section so that we deal with the issues that are pertaining to the problems associated with the office.
Any patient is
Oh, no, we don't know that is yet, because that will only come when the lawyers, probably RAF, can indicate to you once those files are given to them, whether indeed the process of claiming from RAF has started or not. But I think it's clear that the process, there are our employees involved. Of course, there's this, there are touts that are involved, not only one. Probably just happened to find one person, and the person indicated that he's not the only one. There could be others as well. And we're hoping that the investigation will unravel all of those issues.
Has she appeared in court?
As far as we know, that she appeared in court and she got bail. And yeah, but we don't know what about the tout. So I think the issues relating to the criminal matters, I think you can talk to the police. I'm sure they'll give you much more clarity about all the other developments.
Yeah, we can provide you with more information so that you can.
Yeah, the case numbers, whatever.
Yeah, case number in the police station.
Should we just confirm the name and surname again?
I don't know what
if she's a penal code, then it's fine.
Yeah.
You can name and read it.
Her name is Lerato. Lerato.
On
Yeah.
WhatsApp it was Lerato.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
do it.
So I think, but no, there's a WhatsApp group that she was talking to these people about.
Okay.
So I think that's just it. It just says Lerato, and nothing more, and nothing less. Yeah.
So you went through the WhatsApp messages?
No, I think the police take care, but we've seen some information, but yeah. Okay.
The police went through.
No, the police went through the messages, and I think they'll be able to talk to you with authority because they are investigating the matters, but I'm sure they'll find sufficient evidence just through
Okay, I'm going to take maybe last round, and then we're going to move to trauma. Matrana, the tech, can start.
So at this very moment, Rato is the only person who's been arrested.
And the touter. Yes, the touter, remember, was who was going to hand over the file to the patient, and then the patient was already talking to us, and then the police were already waiting for the touter with the patient at the time. So that's how the touter got arrested, because he was coming to show the patient. So this is how it works. The touter gets a file and calls the patient and says, I want to talk to you or help you to claim from RAF. But the patient said, I don't know how you have my file because I have issues with Bara and I need to talk to them. I've lost this and this and that, but I don't have my file and they don't have it. And the touter says, okay, I'll get the file for you and the next day. So proud as Wednesday. So Thursday, then the touter says, okay, I'll come back with your file. And the patient said, comes and talk to the management. And the next day, the patient said, okay, let's meet. We already had a conversation with the patient. Said, let's meet on Saturday in such and such a place. And then they meet. And then the touter says, now I have your file. There's proof that I have your file. The patient looks at it and says, yes, it is my file. And then that's how he was caught. And that's what happened. Yeah. But the question is, how did the files get out of the hospital when they're not supposed to be getting out of the hospital? First, they're out of this building, and why did we not pick up? Secondly, how did the person drive out of the premises of the hospital when there's security? And they know no one should be able to take the patient file outside of the building. And she had 4 files. Whether she took them one day or she took them different days, it doesn't matter. She took them from the hospital when she was not authorized to have those files. Her responsibility is to scan those files in the premises and live and go outside without those patient files. But she was in possession of original patient files.
Okay, I've looked at you, madam, and then we'll go to you, and then we'll come this way, and then we'll end with you, Peter. Okay.
Do we know the extent of injuries that the patient suffered and where he's from?
Okay.
The second one? Who was the second one? No tech. Okay.
My question is similar to what she asked. In regards to the information contained in the files, what kind of information is there? And also from your knowledge, how much should you pay the claim using the information contained in the files?
Okay.
Well, my question is, who are the people who are going to conduct the investigation in terms of the investigation?
Okay.
Yes, I apologize for bringing this up. I just wanted to get your response. Last week I spoke to the SA Medical Association with regards to the other matter, the investigation that the department is also leading. Excuse me. The 36 psychiatric patients.
No, you're not there.
Okay.
No, you're not there. Okay. You are the last person. Okay. Guys, we have so many good stories today, right? Very beautiful stories. And I'll give you an additional one, which is I'm taking you now to the trauma, where you guys, there were so many stories about that area not being conducive. Now it's beautiful. I think it's important that we need to say Bara is now lovely floors and the systems are working. Let's go down there and see. Any other one-on-one questions? We'll give you that opportunity.
So actually, just with regards to this specific case.
Which one?
The one that we're dealing with now.
This one.
I just wanted to ask if the patient, for example, that has been affected, whether they will be, I'm not sure if they've lost money perhaps, or if some claims already went through from the road accident fund. So I'm curious as to whether the road accident fund will recompensate or whether the department will be assisting them, because I'm assuming that they still would want to claim, despite even if the syndicate might have intercepted their assistance.
Just to say, Peter, the matter is relating to the patients that have died. That matter is with the ombudsperson.
Okay.
And we've given all the necessary documents to them, and we will wait for the ombuds to finish his work, and we'll deal with the recommendations thereafter. So that's what the answer is to the matter that you ask. The issues relating to the extent of the injury, the gentleman who helped us to get around this matter was extremely injured. He came to the hospital unconscious. And I think they target the people who were very badly injured with the spine problem, with head and whatever else. So they select the files very carefully. They don't just take any other file. If I probably broke my finger or my hand, they wouldn't probably be interested in that. But they select files very carefully. What criteria they use probably that may come later on. But they choose the very bad patients that were badly hurt in the accident or something like that. Who is going to do the investigation? We're already working with the different service providers and law firms, whatever. So whoever, and there's other work we've been doing on another matter, which we'll talk to you about it last week, relating to some work. So, and I think it will be prudent, because this work is urgent, to extend that kind of service to this matter and deal with it much quicker and speedily and all of that. I don't know the names. I don't deal with those kind of details in the system. Have patients lost money? I wouldn't know. But the patient, as I said, he came unconscious. From trauma, he went to ICU. From ICU, he went to the general ward, and thereafter he came out. He was better. That's why he was conscious to a point there when he was discharged. He said, "There are certain things I don't have, like I'm missing a T-shirt, I'm missing this and this and that." That's why he started becoming inquisitive about his file. And that's how this whole thing started, in wanting to see, where's my file, what happened to me, and this and this and that. And that's why the process as to whether they've claimed, as I said, I think RAF is able to can share those details with you based on the files that were found in this lady's possession and the one that the tout gave it to her at the time of the arrest. What was the other thing? I think I dealt with all of them.
This one, okay.
Yes, and I just wanted to ask, so obviously the patients will form part of the investigation in terms of giving police statements.
Yes, relating to the police, I'm sure they will do that. But on our part, we want to know what has been the role of our employees in influencing a patient deciding to go to X, Y, and Z, and Q. Was there any law firm involved in any of the process? What, if so, what has been the role of our employees? So our scope is going to look at our own employees and what has been their role, because if indeed they are found to have been involved in the process or they are part of the syndicate, we definitely have to take actions, because there's thousands and thousands of employees in government who work exceptionally hard every single day. And those who are here for something else, for different reasons, continue to fleece the system, and it can't be correct. We must continue to give hope and make sure that those who work hard appreciate the fact that if they bring things to our attention, including the fact that there may be whistleblowers, and you'll see when we talk to you next week that when whistleblowers came to us about something, we didn't turn a blind eye. We said to them, okay, let's follow the what are they saying, and indeed we got a lot more than we had bargained for. So it's important to give employees safe space for them to talk when they've got issues to talk to, and follow those things to the bitter end.
That will be the last one, eh? Okay.
Yeah, I want to talk about this electronic from the daily side.
Okay.
Electronic verification machine.
Yes.
Does it mean if, let's say, I'm earning about 2,000 a month and I've got medical aid, is it going to determine how much, or it's going to say to me, you have to go to a private hospital.
No, not at all.
And besides, another question, why is smoking allowed in a hospital?
Smoking?
Yeah. I mean, since you've been here, there's cigarette fumes that have been inside here.
Yeah. Okay, firstly, the IVS, we can walk next door just to show you that it will give you ID numbers and you put your fingerprints. It will show you the picture. At the back end, if you're a patient, then they'll come to you and say, even if you have medical aids, I mean, I've been here before. I sometimes come to Bara. And not so long ago, I did an MRI and all of that. And they sent me a bill, which was a hefty bill, but the medical aid pays. But it's because they've classified you that you are this, and then they take your medical aid details. So anybody who's got medical aid or anyone who's working, you can come to the hospital and you'll be treated, and we're able to claim that from your medical aid. Also, using the ICD-10 coding, it's also important to make sure that at any given point in time, we should be in a position to serve all patients, because if truth be told, the best specialists are sitting in these training institutions. You're looking for spine specialists, you're looking for a brain specialist, you're looking for a heart specialist, you'll find them here. And I'm sure, I don't know whether today, do we have the Harvard team down there? We've got a group from Harvard that's training here, I think, for 3 months. Not only Harvard, I think Boston and other countries, they come here for 3 months because we are known to be the best country in the world to train trauma specialists. So we've got fellowship doctors who come here for training. So it's important that whatever we do, it's got to be in the best interest of the patient, and the patient gets the best care. So, and I'm hoping that some of it, we'll find some of these people today, that if they're not there, we can come back another day when they're here to be able to talk to them as well and see what their experience is and what they're learning in South Africa. So the IVS, we can just check it next door so that we're able to see. But we want to see all all patients to be served in the public hospital. That's why I either come wherever. If I fall sick in any place, I was admitted in February at George Mukari, and for further continuous training treatment, I came to Bara. So I can assure you that the services are as good as any other hospital. Oh, sorry, smoking. Smoking is not allowed in the hospital. This is that I think we're not enforcing our own rules, which I think we have to. And I'm one of these people that I get very affected by smoking, where no matter how far it is from me. So I fully agree with you. We just have to ensure that our security personnel enforces non-smoking rules at all times. And I also want to appeal that all our security companies, and we're also going to write letters to all of them, that everyone's car must be searched. It doesn't matter who you are, because the patient's records walk out of this hospital, they don't fly. There's no magic that takes these files out. Someone takes them out, either in a bag or either in one form or the other. And it's important that there must be thorough security searches at all times. Thank you.
Okay. Last one, eh?
Just a follow-up question. With regards to the affected patients, do you know when they got injured? Are they new cases? Because you talked about this man who was in ICU and then got conscious. So I just want to know when exactly were the medical records in storage, and when do you know when the people were injured?
I don't know the actual time, but I mean this gentleman concerned. It's a recent case. It happened. It happened in June, so probably the others, as I said, probably this thing has been going on for a while, but I think we just happened to catch it at this moment because of this very conscious patient who was inquisitive, wanting to know more, this and that. But I think the details, we can find it in the files, the records and all of that, and that can be able to give you when the people injured and then all of that, because we do not have the files record here. They've walked out of the building. And they are in Lerato's possession. So, and that's why we sometimes struggle when people looking for patient file. We will look everywhere, and that's why the 7 other files we don't have. It's also a matter of concern that we must continue to deal with it. That's why we cannot exonerate our own employees. You can't have so many files missing, even one. one file lost, our staff must be concerned, where is the file, why it did not come back from the person who took it and all of that. So it's important just to look at the system holistically.
Thank you very much.